that Constitution, from its very inception, from 1776, I would say it had a kill switch built in. It had an expiration date. Maybe that's a better term. An expiration date put in there, because that phrase, Sundays accepted, would eventually rear its head. And now you are seeing it being used in force. You're seeing people say, see, it says it right there, Sundays accepted. And I would say that was built in on purpose from the very beginning, because the United States fits the bill of Revelation 13, that second beast power that would make an image to the first beast. And we saw that built in from the very beginning.
And this is where I would say we got to be careful about the founders of our nation too, because while it's nice to appeal to some of the values that they upheld as far as separation of church and state, they were not without their faults. And we see Thomas Jefferson, for example, holding slaves himself. But also there were some of them, even at this time period, who on the one hand wrote about separation of church and state, but simultaneously were in support of legislation to protect Sunday or to have Sunday off. So that's going to be a problem where I think fundamentally at the end of time, our foundation is not based upon the foundation of this country. It's based upon the Word of God.
Yeah.
And we have to appeal to a higher authority than merely the Constitution in terms of a defense. It has to be upon a thus saith the Lord, not upon thus saith the Constitution.
I was just going to say, and there's a long history behind the Bill of Rights and the First Amendment, which denies Congress the right to establish religion or to prohibit the free exercise thereof. And that First Amendment was finally established through the influence of James Madison. He was the architect of the Constitution, and when he finally was elected in Virginia to represent Virginia in Congress, the newly formed Congress, the first thing he did at the House of Representatives was introduce a Bill of Rights, because there was a lot of people in the different states, there was a lot of Baptists who said, we need more protection than what we see in the Constitution. So they put that in to protect American people from the tyranny of religious persecution, which happened in Europe, happened in England, happened in the colonies. So if we try to go back to our founding, to the early colonists that came over here, they basically did what the Church of England did, which is what the papacy did, which was enforce religion. And so we can't go back to those people. We got to go back to Jesus. And like James said, we've got to go back to the Bible. And I heard some of those clips saying the actual Christian Sabbath is Sunday. Well, the actual biblical Sabbath is the seventh day.